Manchester United away at Tottenham, the last game at White Hart Lane. Really exciting game for Tottenham. They're going to be really up for this game being their last game at White Hart Lane. It's funny because we played the last game at West Ham's bowling ground last season and that didn't go too well for Manchester United when we left top four in our own hands. But this time the top four race does look like it's dead in the water. So Manchester United are going into this game with the Europa League final to win. So Jose Mourinho has already said that he's going to shuffle the pack this weekend and in the next couple of games in order to keep the players fresh for that final. But I don't think you really want to go into it in a losing mentality like Celta Vigo did, that were losing lots and lots of games. It's just not good really resting the whole team. I think he's going to have to play a fairly strong team. This is away at Tottenham, who are a better team than Arsenal, and we got beat against Arsenal making 8 changes. There's no excuse making 8 changes because the lineup was still strong enough to cause Arsenal problems, but making them changes week in, week out is difficult to keep any consistency, and that's really helped Chelsea this season, not having a lot of other competitions to worry about. They've been able to keep players fresh week after week and play almost the same strong lineup each week, which is what you really need in the Premier League if you're going to win it more often than not. Now, I'm not too bothered, as I say, obviously the result doesn't really matter, but you don't want to go into it on a losing mentality into that cup final. Now, I would expect him to make changes. I'm hoping that Axel will again play at the right back position. With Valencia rested, I can't really see Axel playing in the centre of defence. He's probably going to rest one of the two centre halves, so it'll probably be like Smalling and Bailey. Bailey can't play in the Europa League final, so he will probably keep his place down in the Premier League till the end of the season. Obviously, David Hale will be in goal, and Diamond will most likely keep his place at left back. So no Luke Shaw, and no Ashley Young either. Now in midfield, Paul Pogba will come out. Sadly, his father passed away, which is a real devastating thing for him. Now thoughts go out to him and his family. He's not going to be able to participate in this game, I wouldn't have thought, with that news. I mean, it's pretty much a dead rubber game as it is, so I wouldn't expect him to play any part in this game. And hopefully he's alright in the future for the final, and goes out and plays it for his father, and I think his father would be hopefully proud of him. Fantastic player, Paul Pogba. I know he's got a lot of criticism this season, but I still think he's a fantastic footballer. Now Herrera will probably play with Carrick and maybe a 2, and maybe Wayne Rooney as well. Maybe one of them may come out, I don't know. But I would expect Wayne Rooney to come into the starting lineup. Fellaini is still banned. And then the forward line is probably going to bring Martial back in. Then, I don't know, Rashford will probably be up front, I'm not too sure, or Martial might be up front, we'll have to wait and see. Mkhitaryan might be still up there, so something like that. We will have to wait and see. It's whatever Jose Mourinho goes to pick, but I wouldn't expect too many sort of youngsters in besides maybe Axel. I wouldn't expect the other ones, McTominay and Willock, I wouldn't expect them to come into the starting lineup for this game. He may choose to bring him in for that Crystal Palace game at the end of the season, but if we start playing 3 or 4 youngsters in this type of game, I think we could get shown up, because Tottenham are have been a very good side this season and scored a decent amount of goals. They've got some very good players in their team. Son was just named Player of the Month, as I believe. Pochettino Manager of the Month. So Son has got a lot of goals this season. They've still got Christian Eriksen, who's a very, very good player. And then you've got Harry Kane and Dele Alli. They're all players Manchester United have got to watch out for. That's just a few of Tottenham's players. They score goals from a number of players. So Manchester United have really got to be on it this weekend if they want to keep the score down. I mean, we did beat them at home 1-0, which was a decent result back then, because Tottenham are scoring a hell of a lot of goals and not many teams are keeping clean sheets against them. So I think it's going to be a difficult game for Manchester United. I'm not too sure we're going to get a result here. I mean, Tottenham have got nothing else to play for, might as well just go out with no pressure and can just see the season out as well. So I mean, it might be a stalemate, but I've got a feeling Tottenham are going to win this game 2-1. But as long as Manchester United don't go into these last couple of games losing, I couldn't care too much, because top 4 I think is gone now. I mean, you don't really want to lose the game, but in terms of the final, if we win that final, it doesn't matter what happens in these other games, not at all, because like Jose Mourinho says, we can only finish 5th or 6th now, and what is the difference between 5th and 6th if we can? I mean, we could get 4th, but it's going to take a massive change in results for Manchester United to get anywhere near that top 4. At least 2 of the others, Arsenal and Liverpool, got to really fuck it up now. which I can't really see it happening. And if we win that Europa League, we do get that trophy, which I really want Manchester United to get. We've never won it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the game. Hopefully we can just maybe see a couple of them youngsters like Sir Willock come on in the game, and who knows, maybe announce themselves to Manchester United like Rashford, Fosu-Mensah, and that did last season. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon.